ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते यौपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओमित्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ओमिति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम् भूमा सम्प्रसादात् अद्युपदेशात्। That this Paramatma, who is Bhuma and not Prana, Samprasadat Adhyupadadi Upadeshat. Samprasadat Adhi as superior to Samprasada Upadeshat, because the instruction about Bhuma is given as superior to Samprasada, where the word Samprasada is interpreted as prana, as Bhashyakara will show. So Purvapaksha said, when two possibilities are there, that Paramatma also can mean Bhuma or Prana also can mean Bhuma, Purvapakshi says that Prana should be Bhuma. Various reasons were given. One is Bhuyah Prashna Prativachana Parampara Adarshana, because we do not find the Parampara, a sequence where step by step the following entity is instructed after the question and answer. Bhuyah Prashna. For example, Asti Bhagavo Vacho Bhuyaheti, Asti Bhagavo Namna Bhuyaheti. O Venerable Sir, is there something superior to Nama? Vagvava Namna Bhuyasi, that organ of speech is superior to Nama. Asti Bhagavo Vacho Bhuyaha, is there something superior to the organ of speech? Mano Vavana Vacho Bhuya, etc. One reason. Alright, so what about this? says, Naivam pranat param bhuyah prashna prachuram dushyate. But after the instruction of prana, we do not find this question. Asti bhagavah pranat bhuyah iti. We don't find that question. Or adobhava pranat bhuyah iti. Answer that yes, such and such entity is superior to prana. We don't find. So therefore, this criterion to establish that what is taught later is superior to what is taught earlier, the criterion to determine that is bhuyah prashna prativachana, is the question and answer regarding superiority. Since that is not there between prana and bhuma, you cannot say that bhuma is different from prana. Not only superior to prana, different from prana. Then, but bhuma is superior most. How? Bhuyam santu pranamevatu namadibhya ashantebhya bhuyamsam. On the other hand, prana is taught as the most superior, beginning from nama, ending up to asha. Then, so other now reason is pranadarshanasya ativaditvam, that prana is most superior. What is the other indication? One is between prana and bhuma, the intervention of the prashna prativachan is not there, so you cannot say bhuma is an entity different from prana, because that criterion is not there. That prana must be bhuma because prana is most superior. Because the knower of prana is called ativadi. Ativadiyasi iti. That the knower of prana, or the one who relays prana is called ativadi, one who speaks transcending everything. That means that he is very assured of himself, that he knows what the truth is. That he should also he should acknowledge and not shy away from that. Then Purvapaksha's same ativaditvam now is continued. Eshatva ativadati ya satyena ativadati. Same ativaditvam which was stated with reference to the knowledge of prana is stated subsequently that is an ativadi who speaks by based on the truth, satya. And therefore, same prana is now called satya, and satyadi parampaya bhumanam avatarayan. Then same satya, and then shravana, manana, shraddha, nishtha, kritim, sukham, bhuma. So therefore, prana is satyam, ativaditvam is the same. Ativaditvam of prana is the same as ativaditvam of satya. Therefore, prana is satya and satya is bhuma. Therefore, for these two reasons, we say that prana is bhuma. The question is, all right, based on this criteria, you come to conclusion that prana is bhuma. But how about other things? About bhuma, this lakshanam or the inherent characteristic is given. What is that? Yatra nanyat pashyati, nanyat shrunoti, nanyat vijanati sa bhuma. So bhuma is stated where one does not see the other, does not hear the other, one does not know the other. So how will you justify this characteristic of bhuma in prana? Then he says, avastha vishesham ashritya. Then Purvapakshi says, this is a description also can be applied to prana with reference to the state of deep sleep, in a particular avastha only. So you understand that bhuma is non-dual in all avasthas. Yatra nanyat pashyati, nanyat shrunoti, nanyad vijanati. So where one does not see other, hear another, see another, is not restricted to some particular state. However, when it comes to fitting this characteristic of prana, it is applicable only in the state of deep sleep. Sushuptyavasthayam pranagrasteshu karaneshu, because in a state of deep sleep, all the external and inner organs, all of these are in fact absorbed in prana, swallowed in prana, and prana alone keeps awake. At that time, maybe it's well known that one does not see or hear or know anything in the state of deep sleep. And not only it is our experience, it is also confirmed by the Shruti. Tathacha Shruti na shrunoti na pashyati ityadina. So Prashnopanishad, while describing the state of deep sleep, says that is a state where one does not hear, when one does not see. Meaning that where all the karanas, the external and internal organs, all of them have ceased to function. At the same time, pranagnaheva etasmin pure jagrati. The Upanishad says also that when all other karanas or organs are sleeping, the prana alone keeps awake at that time. Therefore, prana is awake. Therefore, you can say that this not seeing, not hearing belongs to prana. Because prana is the predominant one in the deep sleep. So you can say that this characteristic applies to prana. So prana is where one does not see anything, does not hear anything, etc. How about the other one? Yo vai bhuma tat sukham. So how do you say that prana is sukham? Tadapi aviruddham. That also can be reconciled. Atra esha devah swapnan pashyati. Again the Prashnopanishad describing the deep sleep says, this is where Devaha, the Jivatma, does not see the dream. Atha etasmin sharire sukham bhavati. At that time, etasmin sharire, in this body, the happiness happens, the happiness manifests. Therefore, prana is associated with the cessation of all activities. Prana is awake. Prana is associated with the manifestation of happiness. How about yo vai bhuma tadamritam? Tadapi pranasya viruddham. That also is quite in keeping with prana. Pranava amrutam iti shrutehe. Because Kaushitaki Upanishad says that prana is indeed immortal. Alright. But then remember, so there is this Maha Upakrama. What is it? Tardishokamatmavit. Says Narada has approached Sage Sanat Kumara and said that I have heard from great sages like you that the one who knows of the self crosses the grief. And then that means that, and I want to become free from grief. So I want to know the self. And that way, says Narada has expressed his vividisha, the desire to know the self. So how do you say prana is self? That prana is atma, that characteristic should also apply. That's quite alright. Prana vaya atma vakshita iti bruma. We say that prana alone is atma. How do you say? Prano pita, prano mata, prano bhrata, prana swasa, prana acharya, prana brahmana iti. That prana alone, all of this, it is sarvatmanam karoti. That way prana is made the self of all. So number one, sarvatmatvam. And secondly, the adhisthana of the entire universe. यथा वै अरानाभौ समर्पिताः एवम् अस्मिन् प्राणे सर्वं समर्पितम्. Just as the spokes are all fixed into the nave, so also the entire universe is fixed into, supported or superimposed upon prana, and that is the character of Atma. Therefore, prana is Atma. Prana siddhe bhumatve tadupasti param bhumvakyam upasamharati. With all these arguments, when it is established that prana is bhuma, then you say that this whole section Upanishad is meant for instruction about prana upasana or meditation on prana. So tasmat prana bhuma ityavam praptam. That prana is bhuma is the position or the ultimate conclusion that is arrived at. पूर्वपक्षम अनुद्य सिद्धांत है. So reiterating the Purvapaksha, the Sutrakara and Bhashyakara present the Siddhanta. Evam praptam. So tasmat prana bhuma is evam praptam. Therefore, Siddhanta is this. Tataha idam uchyate. So in the page 213, the line third from the bottom, Tataha idam uchyate. When this is a Purvapaksha, then this is what is said by the Siddhanta. परमात्मा एव इह भूमा भवितुमर्हति न प्राणः. परमात्मा एव इह भूमा भवितुम अर्हति. Here, Paramatma alone should be bhuma, na prana, not prana. So Paramatma alone, in fact, can satisfy all the various lakshanas stated about bhuma. So yatra nanyat pashyati, yo vai bhuma tat sukham, yo vai bhuma tad amrutam, tardi shokamatmavit. All of these criteria can only be satisfied by Paramatma and not by anything else. Therefore Paramatma alone is bhuma. Because the Upanishad very clearly gives definitions about bhuma. Several definitions are given. That bhuma is that where there is non-duality. Bhuma is of the nature of happiness. Bhuma is immortality. Bhuma is the self, Atma. And so, na prana. Prana cannot satisfy this criteria. It is Paramatma alone that can satisfy. Therefore, Paramatma alone must be bhuma and not prana. So there is a pratigna. So bhuma means what? Paramatma eva bhuma bhavitum arhati na prana. This is a pratigna's proposition which has to be proven. So in Purvapakshi says prano bhuma iti uktatvat na yam pratigna iti shankate. If you already said that prana is bhuma, then how can you make this pratigna? With various reasonings, Purvapakshi says that we have already demonstrated how prana is bhuma. So this does not look like pratigna. This sutra does not mean what you think. Nayam pratigna. That bhuma is not pratigna. Ishankate. So says, kasmat. On what basis do you say that? After our having presented all the arguments, what basis you say that that is not so? Sautram hetumaha adatte. So Kasmat is asking for the reason. So Sutra also gives reason. Is pratigna. Bhuma is pratigna. Meaning what? Paramatma eva iha bhuma bhavitum arhati. Evakara is to be understood. So Paramatma eva bhuma, na prana. Meaning that the prana is excluded, is not prana. So you want to know the reason on what's the reason for you to arrive at this Siddhanta conclusion. Kasmat. So then, Samprasadat Adhyupadeshad is the hetu, the reason. So that's explained here. Samprasadat Adhi Upadeshat. Because Upadeshat, instruction about the Adhi, so Adhi Upadeshat, Bhuya Upadeshat, the instruction about the superiority is to Samprasada. His Bhuma is superior to Samprasada. Therefore, so now the Siddhanta has to show how Bhuma is superior to Samprasada. Purupakshi said that Bhuma is Samprasada or Prana. Because there is no intervention of the question and answer there, which is a trend that has been going on so far and that is absent here. Therefore, we say that Bhuma alone is Prana, alone is Bhuma. So Siddhanta used to say that even though that question answer is not there, still Bhuma is an entity different from Prana. And here the trend is that what is taught later is superior to what is taught earlier, and Bhuma is taught later and Prana is taught earlier. Therefore, Bhuma is superior to Prana. When that is established, then definitely what is superior is Paramatma. श्रीदानगिरी न्यायनिर्णय ईश संप्रसाद इति संप्रसाद शब्दस्य जीवार्थत्वात्. In Shruti, the word samprasada is used in the sense of jiva. Atrapi tasmat paratvoktya. So samprasadat adhi. So samprasadat, superior samprasada. So jivat adhi. Na prana pratyukti. This sutra does not say that Bhuma is superior to prana. Bhuma is superior to jiva, not prana. So samprasada is jiva. इत्याशंक्य संप्रसाद शब्दस्य विवक्षितं वक्तुं प्रसिद्धमर्थमाह. Bhashyakara shows what is the sense in which Sutrakara has used the word samprasada. Now, why didn't Sutrakara use samprasada, we don't know. But all of this because his deep sleep is involved. That is why Bhashyakara brought deep sleep as a part of the Purva Paksha, So all of this is all suggested, implied. That someone may think that the prana is there in deep sleep state, therefore it is Bhuma. So Bhashyakara wants to say that by the word samprasada, Sutrakara does not mean Jivatma, Sutrakara means prana. By Lakshana Vritti. Even though the literal meaning of word samprasada is deep sleep. Can be Jivatma also, one in deep sleep, but samprasada, literal meaning is deep sleep. And this prana is awake in deep sleep. Therefore, since deep sleep is basically predominated by prana, all other organs are absent in deep sleep, only prana alone is awake in deep sleep. Therefore, prana is dominated by, deep sleep is dominated by prana. Therefore, Lakshana Vritti, Bhashyakara says that samprasada of deep sleep should mean prana. This is what Sutrakara means. So that's the next one. First to establish that samprasada means prana. Then pranadadhi comes, So Bhashyakara says, samprasada iti sushuptam sthanam uchyate. Samprasada iti sushuptam sthanam uchyate. So, generally the literal meaning. So, prasiddha or the commonly understood meaning is given first, that by word samprasada is understood the sushuptam sthanam, the state of deep sleep. But jive suptau ja shakti kalpanaya. Wait a minute. Samprasada means jiva also, and samprasada means prana also. That means that then will two meanings. So Bhashyakara says, Samyak prasidati asmin iti nirvachanat. See, Samyak prasidati yaha. If you say that, then it's jivatma. Samyak prasidati asmin. That where one becomes fully serene. Samyak prasidati. Prasannata means serenity. Swachhata, prasannata, serenity, tranquility, quietude. Samyak prasidati asmin. The state in which one becomes fully tranquil, fully serene, that is called samprasada. So vyutpatti, that is how the derivative meaning of word samprasada is given. It is nirvachana, that's called nirukti. That is the definition. न केवलम निरुक्त्या संप्रसाद शब्द स्वाप विषय किंतु सेशे तस्मिन् संप्रसादरत्वा इत्यादि प्रयोगादपि. So not only by the nirukti meaning, by derivative meaning that the word samprasada means deep sleep, but in Upanishad the word samprasada is used in the sense of deep sleep. So derivatively also samprasada can mean deep sleep, and the Upanishad has also used elsewhere the word samprasada in the sense of deep sleep. So Bhashyakara says, Bruhadaranyake cha swapna jagrata sthanabhyam saha pathat. से रत्नवरा सवायेशः एतस्मिन् संप्रसादे स्थित्वा पुनराद्रवति इति प्रयोगाच्च. So in Upanishad, the word samprasada is used in the sense of the state of deep sleep, because even there also, how do you say deep sleep? Because swapna jagrata sthanabhyam saha pathat. Everybody knows that, see what happens, samprasada is an unknown word, in a way, an uncommon word. Sushupti is the commonly understood word. But the word samprasada in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is used in conjunction with the waking and dream state. Says, Savayesh etasmin samprasade ratva charitva drishtvayo punyam cha papam cha punah pratinyayam prativani adravadi swapnaya eva. This is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Sava esha etasmin samprasade ratva charitva. Ratva, enjoying himself. Charitva, roaming about. Drishtva eva punyam cha papam cha, and merely seeing the results of punya and papa, the virtue and vice. Etasmin samprasade. So, in the dream state, this fellow, he roams about, enjoys his punya papa, or even you can say that in deep sleep also, he enjoys his punya papa, and etasmin samprasade remains in the deep sleep state. Punaha pratinyayam pratyoni adravati, and comes back in a reverse order to his earlier state, but swapna eva, the dream state. So Brihadaranyaka said that this Jivatma goes from dream to deep sleep state. The deep sleep state also is as though roaming and enjoying himself the results of punya papa, and then comes back by the same route with which it went from swapna to sushupti. Se tatra kinchit pashyati ananvagatastena bhavati. By the way, whatever he sees or experiences in that state remains untouched. Why? Asangoyam purushayati. Because his Paramatma is asangha. He is unattached. So that's how deep sleep state was described there. And then Savayetasmin swapne ratva charitva. Now he's come to swapna. Swapne ratva charitva. Again enjoying himself in dream, roaming in the dream. Drishtvayo punyam cha papam cha. The dream also, he merely sees the results of the punya papa, virtue and vice. Punah pratinyayam pratyoni adravati buddhanta eva. The same route he comes back. So there is a route by which the Jivatma goes from waking to dream and dream to deep sleep, and returns in the same route from deep sleep to dream and dream to waking. All of this was stated to say that Asangoyam Purusha, the Paramatma, is unattached. But anyway, the word Samprasada is used by Brihadaranyaka in conjunction with waking and dream. Therefore, there also word Samprasada should mean deep sleep. So that's the thing there. So Vashyakara said, Brihadaranyaka Swapna Jagari Sthanabhyam Saha Pathat. In Brihadaranyaka also, the word Samprasada was read in conjunction with the waking and dream. Therefore, in Brihadaranyaka, the word Samprasada is used in the sense of deep sleep. So derivative also Samyak Prasidati Asmin, where one enjoys becomes completely serene or tranquil. That's deep sleep. And Brihadaranyaka also uses the word Samprasada, sense of deep sleep. Alright. Samprasada Sutra. Wait a minute. Now we are still, interpreting word Samprasada. And what the sutra is meant for. Purva Pakshi, wait a minute. Sutra doesn't mean what you think it does. So first of all, Samprasada means Jiva. So therefore, this instruction about superior to Jiva, not superior to Prana. Alright, Bhashyakara says no, here Samprasada derivatively and also in Upanishad means deep sleep. Alright. Tari Swapad Upari Upadesha Samprasadat Adhi means Upari Upadeshad. Alright. Then Sutra means that this is taught as superior to deep sleep. Tad anyasya pranasyapi syat. So that can apply to prana also. Iti ashankya avasthavaji shabdasya lakshanaya prana vishayatva. Well, even though Samprasada means deep sleep, by lakshana vritti, by implication, it means prana, connected to deep sleep. Shakya sambandha, the connection. So prana is connected to deep sleep, and therefore the word Samprasada here means prana. So Bhashyakara says, तस्याम च संप्रसाद अवस्थायाम प्राणः जागर्तीति प्राणः अत्र संप्रसादः अभिप्रेयते तस्याम च सो वाच्याद संबंधात प्राणो लक्ष्यः वाच्यार्थ of samprasada is deep sleep. So lakshyartha is tasyam samprasadad avasthayam. In that state of deep sleep, prana jagarati, since the prana keeps awake. Therefore, prana atra samprasada abhipraya. Therefore, prana is what is meant by samprasada. So therefore also the Purupaksha related to deep sleep state. But Purvapakshi himself established that prana is the predominant one in deep sleep. So that way, deep sleep should mean prana as by Lakshana Vritti. Atra means sutra. In this sutra, prana atra samprasada vipriyate. In this sutra, the word samprasada means prana. So first of all, Sutrakara had to establish the meaning of the word samprasada as prana. Then only it is prana adi upadeshat. That since bhuma is the instruction of bhuma is after prana is superior to prana. Therefore, prana is not bhuma. संप्रसाद शब्दस्य लाक्षणिकार्थग्रहे सिद्धम हेत्वर्थमाह. So now that the word samprasada has been established, proven to be or determined to be deep prana, then Bhashyakara says प्राणाद ऊर्ध्वम भूम भूम्नः उपदिश्यमानत्वात् इत्यर्थः. Sutra means this: संप्रसादात् अधि उपदेशात्. संप्रसादात् प्राणम ऊर्ध्वम भूम्नः उपदिश्यमानत्वात्. Since bhuma is taught after prana and is superior to prana, therefore Paramatma is bhuma and not prana. Says न्यायेन भूम्नः धर्मी आकांक्षायाम ब्रह्मणः सत्यस्य अधिकारात् तदेव सम्मध्यते इति भावः. Again, bhuma means bahutvam, abundance, which is dharma, which also requires a dharmi of the locus. So what's the locus of bhuma? It akankszayam brahmana satyasya adhikarat. So satya is there and brahma is there, the subject matter. Therefore, tadeva sambadhyate. So therefore it is Brahman that is now connected adhi and not prana. प्राण हेतु अयोगमाह. और गोइंग टू रत्न प्रभा. भूमा प्राणात् भिन्नः अत्र अध्याय. In this adhyaya means what? In the 7th chapter of the Chāndogya. Bhuma pranat bhinnah. Bhuma is different from prana. That prana and bhuma are different. Tasmat urdhvam upadishtatvat. Because bhuma is taught after prana. Instruction about bhuma is given after that of prana. Therefore, bhuma should be different from prana. नामादेः ऊर्ध्वम् उपदिष्ट वागादिवत् इत्यर्थः. So this Siddhanti says that what follows is superior to what precedes. See, two things you can say. That what follows after question and answer is different from what preceded. You can say what follows is different from what preceded. Question and answer need not be a criterion. What follows is superior and different from what preceded. So Namade, Udum Upadishta, Vagadivat, just as the organ of speech, etc., which were taught or instruction about which was given after Nama, etc., was different and superior. So also Bhuma is taught after Prana, therefore is different and superior. विवक्ष हेतु उच्छेदकम बाधकमाह says Ratnaprabha. Hetu uchedakam, hetu abhava rupam. Vipaksha means what? If you do not accept this, if you insist upon prana as bhuma, then hetu uchedakam badhakamaha. Badhaka means a hindrance. That if you accept that prana is bhuma, then hetu uchedakam, that adhi, that hetu will be absent. The hetu, adhi upadeshat, the hetu will be absent if you interpret bhuma as prana. How? The Bhashyakara says, prana hetu ayogama. Same thing, that if you interpret bhuma as prana, then the hetu, adhi upadeshat, will not apply. How? Says, prana eva chet, bhuma syat, saiva, tasmat, urdhvam, upadishyeda, iti aslishtameva, etat syat. Now sutra we are coming to, okay? Samprasadat adhi upadeshat. Samprasada is now determined to be prana. So pranat adhi upadeshat. Bhuma is taught after prana. But if bhuma is prana, then what? Prana is taught after prana. You follow? Bhuma is taught after prana. But if, according to you, if bhuma is prana, then the sutra means prana is taught after prana. So prana eva chet bhuma syat, saiva tasmat urdhvam upadishyeda iti. So Sutrakara clearly says that bhuma is somewhat different from prana. Now if you say bhuma is prana, then prana is taught after prana, then prana is superior to prana. Now that doesn't make sense. It ashlishtam, incongruous. Etasyat, the whole thing will be incongruous, will not make sense at all. Says Ratnava, swascheva, swasmat, urdhvam, upadishtatvam, ayuktam. So same entity cannot be taught after the same entity. What is taught after must be different from what was taught before. So if Upanishad cannot teach about prana. If bhuma is prana, then they teach prana after prana. So urdhvam is taken for granted. That bhuma is after prana and different from prana. So Sutrakara says, therefore bhuma cannot be prana because prana cannot be taught after prana. Swascheva swasmaudu upadishtatvam ayuktam na adashtam cha. And we don't find the trend. Up to prana, whatever is taught later, such as vak, manaha, sankalpaha, chittam, dhyanam, whatever, each one following is different from the previous one. So what follows must be different from what preceded. Bhuma follows prana which is preceded, therefore bhuma must be different from prana. So drishtanta dwara uktam vinakti. Bhashyakara gives drishtanta to clarify what is said. Nahi iti. Nahi nama eva namno bhuyah iti namnah urdhvam upadishtam. We don't find that Upanishad says Nama is superior to Nama. So Nama is taught after Nama. We don't find that. Then says Kim tarhe. If Nama is not found after Nama, what do you find then? Namnah anyad arthantaram upadishtam vāgākhyam vāgvāvanamno bhūyasi iti. Then what do you find? Namna artha anyat arthantaram upadishtam. What is taught later is different from Nama. Anyat arthantaram and meaning, having a different meaning than Nama. What is it? Vāgākyam, such a speech. Vāgvāva namno bhūyasi iti. So Vāg is taught after Nama and Vāg is different from Nama. So that's the trend we find. So that trend should apply here also. Now Bhashyakara says, Tatha Vāgadibhyah api apranat arthantaram eva tatra tatra urdhvam upadishtam. So not only from Nama to Vāg, but then Tatha Vāgadibhyah api. From Vāg also the same trend continues. That what follows is different from what preceded. Apranat, up to prana. Arthantarameva tatra tatra urdhvam upadishtam. Different entities taught after in each case, an entity different from the previous one is taught beginning from Nama all the way up to prana. Says Nyayana asmin prakarane yasmad urdhvam yo nirdishyate satata atirichyate. The trend is that whatever is taught later is superior to what is taught earlier. Pranacha uparishtat upadishto bhuma sobita anyasyaditi. And bhuma is taught after prana, therefore bhuma must be different from prana and must be also superior to prana. So Bhashyakara says, Tadvad pranat urdhvam upadishyamano bhuma pranat arthantarbhuto bhavitumarhate. Tadvat, in the same manner as it applied in the earlier cases. Pranat urdhvam upadishyamano bhuma. Instruction about bhuma is given after that of the prana. Therefore, arthandarbhutos, therefore, bhuma must be different from prana. Bhuma cannot be prana. Thing is, he says it's not, we said that bhuma is different from prana because taught later. He says, no, the prana is continued. That was his argument. Our argument is the trend is what comes later is different from what precedes. And bhuma comes later, therefore it must be different from prana that preceded. Hetu asiddhim shankate, say Ratnaprabha. So, hetu, what's the hetu? That what is taught later is different from what is taught before. The hetu asiddhim shankate. Meaning that the conclusion is not warranted because your assumption is there, but that conclusion based on assumption is not warranted. Nanu. So Purupakshi says, Nanu iha nasti prashnaha asti bhagavaha pranat bhuyayate. He comes back to his argument that the criterion for determining that what follows is different from what precedes is when there is intervention of the bhuya prashna prativachanam. So not only what is taught later, but it must be intervened by the prashna prativachanam also. Iha nasti prashna asti bhagava pranad prashna. Bhuv prashna is not there. Oh, whenever, sir, is there something superior to prana? Napi prativachanam asti, nor is there a reply. Pranadvava bhuya asti iti. That indeed there is something different from and superior to prana. You don't find that. So he says that the criterion for determining that what follows is different from and superior to what precedes is the prashna prativachana. And that is not here. So how do you conclude? So katham prana, so did we read that? Okay. Nape. Alright, let's read the whole thing. Nanu iha nasti prashna asti bhagavah pranad bhuya iti nape prativachanam asti pranadvava bhuyosti iti katham pranad adhi bhuma upadishyate ityuchyate. So here the prashna and uttar both are not there. Then katham pranat adhi bhuma upadishyate. That bhuma is different from prana and superior to prana. How do you conclude that? So prashna is not there. If prashna is of prativachanam, prativachanam also is not there. All right. And then what is the says in our paksha hetu is there, in your paksha is not there. So Puru Pakshi says prana visham evacha अतिवादित्वम् उत्तरत्र अनुकृष्यमाणं पश्यामः एष तु वा अतिवदति यः सत्येन अतिवदति इति. He brings same argument. On the other hand, we find the hetu that bhuma is the same as prana. Your conclusion bhuma is different from prana, the hetu is not there because prashna prativachan is not there. And our statement bhuma is prana, for that the hetu is there. What's the hetu? Prana vishameva cha ativaditvam uttaratra anukrishya. The ativaditvam that is in prana, same ativaditvam is found in the bhuma, therefore both are the same. Anukrishyamanam pashyamaha. We find the continuity of ativaditvam in bhuma, which ativaditvam was stated with reference to prana. एष तु वा अतिवदति यः सत्येन अतिवदति इति. So Upanishad says, so one, he is called the transcender of the speech. He transcends the speech when one transcends it by virtue of knowledge of Satyam. And therefore, he is so hetu asiddhim nigamayati. That there is no hetu to establish that bhuma is different from prana. Says therefore, tasmat nasti pranat adhi upadesha iti. Sutra is, samprasada adhyupadesha. That samprasada prana, you don't have the reason to establish, say that. Because we don't find here in this particular Upanishad, maybe this refers something else, but not this one. We do not find that bhuma is taught after prana, bhuma is same as prana. So bhuma samprasadat adhyupadeshat, therefore pranat adhyupadesha nasti. That bhuma is not taught after or is superior to prana. Says Ratnaprabha, Prakrut Pranavit Paramarshagah Eshabdo na bhavati. See the Eshatuva ativadati, yaha satyena ativadati. Esha, this one. Purva Pakshi says Esha refers to the prana with the meditative on prana. And that's how Ativaditvam also is the same. Esha refers to the previous fellow, and the Ativaditvam is also belonging to the previous one. Says Prakruta Pranavit Paramashakap A Shabdana Upayaved. Siddhanta says no, but Esha does not refer to the Pranavit or the meditative on prana. Tasya Yat Shabda Paratantrattvena. See the sentence. Eshatuva Ativadati Ya Satyena Ativadati. In that sentence, Esha and Yah should be the same fellows. Eshatu Ativadati Ya Satyena Ativadati, right? In that sentence, Esha, this person is Ativadi who becomes Ativadi by virtue of knowledge of Satya. So whatever Yah means is what Esha should mean. Meaning that the word, meaning of what Esha is in fact controlled by Yah. Yah Satyena Ativadati, Esha Ativadati. The one who transcends the speech by virtue of Satyam alone really transcends the speech. So Esha does not refer to what preceded, Esha refers to whatever that Yah means. And Yah is Satyena Ativadati. Yah means one who transcends the speech by virtue of knowledge of Satya. So Ativaditvam is different. If Esha referred to Pranavit, Ativaditvam would have been same. Esha refers to the Satya, then Satya, I mean the knower of Satya, then Ativaditvam is different. अतः प्राण प्रकरण विच्छिन्नम इति हेतु सिद्धि आह. Therefore, prana esha tu is different. Tu is different. Therefore, is a different prakaran, different topic. Our hetu, that bhuma is different from prana, is still stands. Hetu siddhya atra uchyate. Bhashyakara says, atra uchyate na tavat prana vishasya eva अतिवादित्वस्य एतत् अनुकर्षणम् इति शक्यं वक्तुम् विशेषवादात् यः सत्येन अतिवदति इति. न तावत् प्राणविषयस्य अतिवादित्वम्, that you cannot say that the ativaditvam mentioned in case of prana is the same ativaditvam mentioned in case of bhuma. Because Visheshavada, this Ativaditva is qualified by what? Yes, Satyena Ativadati. So that Ativaditvam was pertaining to the knowledge of prana. And this Ativaditvam is qualified by saying that yes, Satyena Ativadati, one who transcends, one who transcends the speech by virtue of knowledge of Satya is Ativadi. So Siddhanta says this Ativaditvam is different from the previous Ativaditvam. Therefore, bhuma is different from prana. Okay, I think we'll have to now take a break here and continue later on. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmeri Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. So this is the last class in this particular session. And next we'll begin on the 6th, 7th of December, 7th December, सोमवार, त्या Chāndogyopaniṣad शुरू થશે.